Hello, everybody. This is I'm doing something different. This is basically a response to a tweet from ASMR Glow, and this is also giving advice to her and others that come to my channel that have gotten their learner's permit and start to learn how to drive. She posted a tweet. Want to know where did you fail in the driving test? What part? And what advice would you give? Well, I'm answering in video form because it's a lot easier instead of putting out a tweet. Well, I'll tweet the link to her. So I like to start say to her and to anybody else watching who got their learner's permit, congratulations, congratulations. Congratulations on getting your learner's permit. Now, where did I fail? I failed 2 times. I passed on my 3rd try with the driver's test. The first time is obvious. The first one is time I failed was parallel parking. I could have, the instructor said I could have did it 2 times, but I screwed up. I said I was done, but I didn't do it. That was the first time I wasn't completely in. The second time I failed because I didn't have my headlights turned on when it was raining. I turned them late. I had, it was not good enough, but I failed that time. 3rd time I passed, but I did make one wide turn. It was still enough to pass. So, yeah. So what advice would I give? So the first thing what I do, if you're doing parallel parking, practice learning how to parallel park. If you have like I said, the road driving centers where I went to, they have a place you can go practice parallel parking after hours. You can go do that when they're not open. You can go practice anytime. You just make sure take turns with other people behind you or learn how to practice parallel parking. Learn how to parallel park. That's the first thing they do first day of Pennsylvania. Parallel park when you first do your driving test. So practice for that. If you can't get access to that place, go find an empty parking lot. Bring some stuff with you. Practice like that. Some stuff you can like not damage the vehicle or anything like that. You can bumping. You practice on you. Use your mirrors. Use your blind spots. Do stuff like that. That's what the first thing. The second advice is always know what the weather is gonna be like. I always keep my lights on, even in daytime, because you don't know if people can see or not, especially in daytime. Especially now, we have to have headlights on. Before, many years ago, we didn't have, nights when I was growing up as a kid, we did not have to have headlights on in the rain. We have to use our windshield. Now we have to have our lights on. So, because it is dark when it's raining and stuff like that, so you can see more. You have to have it's the law, because you have to have your white. If you have your wipers on, you have to have your lights on. So always have your lights on. Know where you're at. Know your surroundings. I did make one wide turn. Because of what the instructor had me do. Once you get past the parallel parking, he'll take you on the road. You obey the signs. If you see like a railroad crossing, stop. Even though it's not there, just stop. Pay attention. Just keep your hands on the wheel. 10 or 9 or 3 or 10 or 2. Keep your hands on the wheel. Keep looking straight ahead. It'll tell you, go this way, make a left, or just go make a right. It was not hard. Make a left a little bit and then make a right. So you make a complete stop and go back. So it was not hard. It was a little test. I did pass. You did make one wide turn, but you still passed. Which I got my license on my 3rd try. So if you're having trouble, like I said, basically what I'm saying is practice a little bit more. Practice. Get the hang of it. Now, before she asks her community or others ask me, once you get your driver's license, what kind of vehicle should you buy first? What kind of vehicle? Well, for me, when I got my first car, it was a 2000 Dodge Neon, a 4-cylinder. That was not much. It was not much. It was high mileage. It was high mileage, and it wasn't that bad on gas. You won't start off small. 4-cylinder, right? Because gas is now, unfortunately, is up over $4 now. But you want to start small, something not real big. Like I said, a small 4-cylinder or a 4-cylinder SUV, something like that. You want to do something like that. Nothing that hurt your wallet. If you don't want to go all the way down, you can always do what I used to do, is when you hit half a tank, then put more gas in it. Fill it up then. You don't have to wait till I do now when it's a fourth of the tank, then put gas in. So yeah, so start out small, go like a 4-cylinder, or if you want, maybe a 6-cylinder. If you want to do that, that's up to you. I'm just saying, if you're a first-time vehicle, like for her, maybe a 4-cylinder or a 6-cylinder, but she needs to learn two more things. Unfortunately, she ain't gonna like when I'm gonna say this. 2 things, well, maybe 3. It's up to her though. She's gonna hate this part when she watches this, if she does. Once she gets her license, she's gonna have to learn how to drive into winter weather. Yeah, winter weather is different because it may look clear, but there's a thing called black ice. It may look like road, but it's ice, and you need to take your time. Plus, with the weather conditions and stuff that can change rapidly, and you may not be able to see the road, you might want to slow down and take extra precaution, not rush. And plus, another thing, if it's really bad, don't go. Don't go. Another thing, like I said, if you're new, and especially for ASMR Glow, she's getting, hopefully, get her license soon. Like I said, she needs to learn how to drive, winter drive and stuff like that. Get used to how conditions of the road, how it can change like that, especially like that. And also, another thing, most important thing, you'll have other drivers go really slow. I mean, we're talking about road time. I had to deal with this too. But you don't want to get close, like this, like how I'm like this close. You want to keep yourself like at a distance, especially in wintertime, because you don't know that vehicle in front could go stop and you're still going. Yeah, try to keep yourself at this. Try not to stay at like a line, because if one mess up, you're all gonna mess up. So it can happen. So like I said, go way under the speed, maybe 30, 35, depends where you're at. Like I said, if you're new watching, just remember, second thing you must learn, which nowadays if you can still find it, is learn how to drive manual transmission. Yeah, stick. That's what we call it, manual transmission. Because this way you get the idea how to drive stick, which you're shifting the gears. You don't put it automatic and go. You put it in first gear. You have 3 pedals. This is where you're 2 feet driving. That's when you have this clutch, and yeah, when you go, you hit the clutch and you pull it down. You go 1, then you go 2, and you gotta learn. Another thing she must learn later on down the road, when she's really comfortable with driving, and others, like I said, I know this is directly towards her, but you need to learn how to drive manual transmission. Another thing with cars, you can have front wheel drive. There's all wheel drive, which I know I never drive one. I know it's different steering. Plus rear wheel drive. I drive a rear wheel drive car. Oh, excuse me. It's different. I take my rear wheel drive muscle car in winter. So I'd be very extra careful with that car. So I know what it can do. It can slide real easily. Is it a car to drive in winter? No, but I still do it. I did. Have I had trouble driving in winter? Yes, but do I take my time? Yes. I go very slow, and I drove into a couple of bad snowstorms, going very slow, and I got to work safely. Most importantly, and it's rear wheel drive. Back in way before my time, how we say, back in my day, we had rear wheel drive. Now you have front wheel, you have 4x4, which I'll go in a second, and you have your rear wheel drive and your all wheel drive. All wheel drive is basically more stiffer steering. It's all wheel. That's what I was told. I drive a muscle car, a 2010 Dodge Charger. It's a 6-cylinder, and it's rear wheel drive. It's turned sharper than the front wheel drive. You can tell the difference in the steering. You can tell the difference right away. It's bigger. It's a Dodge. It's more bigger than the one I had, the Dodge Neon. So now, if you want 4x4, that will help you. It'll help you have like winter, it gets winter condition, but you can still slide down. It's a thing with 4x4. It has your 4x4. It has like all of it, but it's different. I can't really know. You just look it up, or ask your husband or your girlfriend, boyfriend, who knows. Like I said, you need to learn. Like I said, for ASMR and others that are watching this, you need to know 3 things about driving. So let's say like different ones, basically 2, but if you want to learn rear, that won't hurt. You gotta learn winter conditions, and you gotta learn how to drive stick. I learned winter conditions. I still haven't learned how to drive stick. Now, before she asks her community what type of what kind of model, like I said, for some, go to Toyota, go to Subaru, go to Honda. I had a Dodge Neon. That was a good car. That was a nice car. A little newer Dodge Dart. If you want to go a Jeep, maybe SUV. If you're looking for SUV, maybe a Jeep. Chevy, Ford, Toyota, like I said, Honda, Hyundai, whatever you want. You don't want to be like me, go straight from a 4-cylinder, 6-cylinder, big, heavy car. That's, it can be fast, but, but you want something if you want to go for a car, that's fine. But if you want to go like a little bigger, maybe SUV or maybe a minivan. So you can also go minivan too. But like I said, this is so if you want to go like for price range, if you're looking for a car, you want at least 20,000 under that price range. Less than that too. You want to also, when you go to talk to the dealer, they expect at least a down payment of $5,000. Now, if you don't have the $5,000, you can ask somebody else to sign a loan with you, which is a co-signer for a loan. So that means if you can't make that payment, the next person who signed the co-loan, signed the code, has to pay that bill. My car took 6 years to pay, so 6 years by myself, $354 for that loan. I paid it off in 6 years. Yeah, it's another thing you need to know. Like I said, also, if you're buying a used pre-owned car, don't buy brand new. If you buy brand new, the value of the car deteriorates. So yeah, look for, like I said, 20,000 under. Now it's up to her if she wants to buy a gasoline car or electric car. I say gasoline to get used to it. Like I said, 4 or 6 cylinder, nothing fancy. Don't want to start V8. Another thing, when buy a car from a dealership, you're going to need to get insurance. And there's 2 types of insurance. There's liability and full coverage. Your best bet is to go with full coverage in case you get involved in an accident. In case you get involved in an accident, you have to go file a claim. You file a claim with your insurance company. They'll fix it for you. You might have to pay maybe a minimum of $500. If you just have the liability, you only cover the liability, but however, you have to pay the repairs for that car. So, and plus, with the full coverage, say you wreck and you total the car, they will pay you, the insurance company will pay you the value of the car so you get a replacement vehicle. It's another thing. Always go full coverage. Also, if you want to do this, always go check the Carfax report. It gives you a history of the car, how many wrecks involved, is it possible lemon car. Lemon means it's a bad car, it had so many issues with it, stuff like that. You can tell you like the history of the car. Might have been an accident or a fender bender, something minor. You want something like a good report on it. Like I said, look for, like I said, 20,000 under, 4 or 6. Something to start out as. Something that won't break your wallet. Like I said, 6 cylinders not bad. 6 cylinders not bad. Just like I said, if I want to, I can put gas in a half a tank if I want to. You can do like that, or just do or go get yourself a 4-cylinder. And another thing is, like for a good first car, this was my option for me. I could have got years ago an old Volkswagen, which I didn't, an old Volkswagen Beetle. Why is it a good one? It's a good car. It's a 4-cylinder, nothing big. Plus another thing, that thing will go in winter. Like, it's no problem. Why? Because the engine is in the back of the car. Not like today, it's in the front. So, yeah, like I said, 4 or 6. If you want to do, like I said, if you're not having trouble with driving tests, practice more, get familiar with it, practice being on the road more. Don't worry about going and get your license right away. Take your time. Relax. Take a breathe. Ask questions. Ask for advice. Ask others. About driving stuff. Then once you pass, you'll be okay. It's just take your time. Don't need to rush. Just practice a little bit more. Relax. Ask questions. What did I do wrong? What advice would you give me for stuff like that? Well, by the way, just practice. Basically, practice, relax, get comfortable. Don't go rushing right away. Don't go rushing. Once you're ready, then take the test. If you fail, ask what you did wrong, then go back and practice some more. If you want to do another way of practicing, go video game. But here's the thing. Instead of using a controller or a keyboard and mouse, go buy the steering wheel. Say, like, I know Glow, she used to play, she was a bad driver at it. She used to play LA Noire. See if you can see that steering wheel compatible. Go buy a steering wheel for your PC, or buy a driving simulator game, or buy a game that has to drive. Use the steering wheel, get an idea how it works in the game, then try doing the actual vehicle, the actual live car. Like I said, go to some place that has an empty lot and you can practice like parallel parking, so like get an idea. Remember, seatbelt, use your signal, turn signal, watch out for the speed limit. Watch out your signs too. And another important thing too, especially in the going backwards, go a little more slow at nighttime, especially the weather, because you never know, you might have a deer come out in front of you. Trust me, I've seen deer hit, I've seen deer run across in front of me. I had one last week and run across in front of me on my way home, me and my nephew on the way back from watching the Batman. Yeah, that is something you gotta watch out for too. They are anywhere. Don't say you won't hit one. I'm going to tell you right now. If you say that right now, you're going to hit one. And you're going to say, oh my God, he was actually right. I'm telling you, you'd be surprised where deer lurk. They are anywhere. You take your time. They could be other side of the road. You got better. This is the key too. It might not just be one. There might be more. It could be mom and the kids too. So be on the lookout. So yeah. I hope this helps you and it helps her. I know she probably don't like me doing this, but it's a lot more easy to explain to her on video for than putting a large tweet out. That's if she decides to watch the whole thing. So if this advice helps, hit the like button. I really appreciate it. If you want to see my other content, please subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. I do reaction, do other kinds of stuff to have some past gaming videos. And also, you can please follow me on Twitch. That's where I do my live streaming. I just got a PS5. It's sitting right across from me. Hopefully, I get back to streaming that soon. Probably play more Spider-Man. I got Deathloop. Elden Ring. That's going to be a lot of fun. We're playing Rage. I got also other games too. I have PS4 games up here too. I'm looking at right now. I have NHL, Madden, Far Cry 6, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, that's Vikings, Monster Hunter, Rainbow Six, and Horizon, not the new Horizon, the first one. So go give me a follow there. I hope I get back to it. And I know Wednesday I'm doing a stream, which is going to happen very soon, which is a special one because it'll be my first collab stream with Fan King. Some more, which will be doing at Super Mario World. He wanted me to do it for Mario Day, but I couldn't do it because it was my work day. Because I worked, I couldn't do it. So it'll be Wednesday night. We'll be doing an ASMR for him. So if you like this, hope this video helps you out, and I would appreciate you hitting the like and subscribe. So take care, everybody. Stay safe and stay humble, and be a blessing.